Welcome back to another edition of The Savvy Steward. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all so much for continuing to watch my videos. Please let me know if there's any content that you would like to see, because of course I am always willing and ready to provide it. So today, I would like you all to get ready with me as I prepare to do my own personal tax return. A lot of people wonder what it's like for the tax preparer to do their own tax return. What documents do they have? What are they looking at? How does it differ from your own personal tax return? So I'm just going to go through a few documents that I use, all of the documents that I use to prepare my own tax return. So first, if you don't already know, I am married, so I file a married filing joint return. We currently have no children as of yet, just our little doggy. His name is Boogie, but as you know, pets are not deductible on your tax return. So it is just us two when filing this tax return. So I generally always start with looking at our income first before I get to our expenses. So we both have W-2s. So those are the first things that I usually make sure that we have, take note of when I'm filing our taxes. Okay. So I have both of our W-2s here. I'm not going to show you guys those. So don't worry. You won't see the personal information. But just know that it's here and that it's sitting in front of me. So I have both of our W-2s. That's the starting place for all of our income. The next piece of income that I have for us are our 1099 INTs. So those are interest income documents. For the past year in 2024, we had interest income from Capital One, and we also had interest income from Truist. If you follow me on any of my other social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, I always try to encourage people to make sure that they have high yield savings accounts. Remember, the bank is in business because they want your money. So they should be paying you a very sizable rate of interest when you are banking with them. So you should have a 1099 INT from your savings account every year. And remember, you only get a 1099 INT if you have at least $10 worth of interest income. So if the bank is not giving you at least $10 in a year, you need to switch what kind of savings account that you have. If you have an Easy Start savings account, that means that they're paying you usually less than 1% interest, and we don't want that. So we either need to switch to a different account or you need to switch to a different bank. Okay. So that is our second piece of income. And I did mention again, we had one from Capital One, we had one from Truist. I think we have another one, but I need to make sure I find that. Oh, I had interest income. That's it. I had interest income from some of my stock holdings. So I also have, so let me just make sure we got it all together. I also have my next piece of income, but um, it does include interest income as well because there are different pieces to it. is my 1099 DIV. So this is all of my dividend income, and I got this from Robinhood. So I do also keep a personalized stock portfolio through Robinhood, and I get dividend income through this, but I also had some interest income on this as well. So if you have Robinhood or Fidelity, they should be giving you a statement every year as well. So that usually includes a 1099 DIV. Sometimes it includes a 1099 miscellaneous, which is MISC, or a 1099B, but it also, page 2, includes a 1090, a portion could include a 1099 INT as well. So we actually have 3 1099 INTs, and we have a 1099 DIV. So we have the W-2s, remember, the interest income and the dividend income. I have not gotten into the extra and additional business income. So Low Seed is a registered business with the state of Georgia as well as with the IRS. I file an S Corp every year. An S Corp return is an 1120-S return for Low Seed every year. So, as you know, if you receive an 1120, an 1120S, or a 1065 return, any of those partners on that return also receive a K1 based on their profit share. So it could be income, it could also be loss, but those are transferred on that K1, and then you have to use that K1 to fill out your form 1040, which is your personal income tax return. So I have business taxes and I have personal taxes. And there's a form from my business taxes that also goes with my personal taxes. Okay. So I have the K1 from Low Seed. Then I also have to complete a couple Schedule Cs because I also have additional businesses. So if you don't already, please follow Tithe Life on YouTube. If you would like to hear more about the biblical practice of tithing, it is actually a podcast with my brother and myself talking about tithing, but it is also a registered business in the state of Georgia and with the IRS. So the income and the expenses are utilized for my tax return as well. But it is actually on a Schedule C. So it's actually just fully on the personal 1040 return, not on its own personal business taxes. So I use that as a Schedule C. I also have another business with my husband called the Campbell Brand, where we do a few different things. We have and do write books. So there's our authoring. We also do some consulting, and he's a DJ. So if you ever need one, please let me know that too. So there's entertainment as a part of the Campbell Brand as well. So that is also on a Schedule C because, again, it's registered with the state of Georgia and with the IRS as a business. So we have that income and expenses from that business as well. Okay. So that's all my income, my income generators, right? Between the businesses, the W-2s, and the 1099s. So now let's get into a couple expenses that we have. I would say the first major expense would be from our 1098, which is a mortgage interest statement. So if you also did not know, I record these videos out of my home office, but we do own our home, and the mortgage interest on our home is tax deductible. That mortgage interest statement generally also includes the amount of property taxes that were paid, which is deductible to us as well. So, and if you have a 1098 and your property taxes are not on there, that is okay. You can still get your property tax information from your mortgage company or your county tax assessor. But yes, those property taxes are tax deductible. So don't forget that. Additionally, what else do we have in here? Student loans, student loan documents. If you have received a 1098E, the interest that you have paid on your student loans, and we have a 1098E this year for both of us, that student loan interest is deductible as well. So we're making sure that we're including that with our tax return. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, my favorite part of taxes are giving statements. One of my favorite deductions is charitable contributions. Remember, you can give almost to 50% of your income depending on your tax bracket. So giving is always a great tax deduction to have. So this year, I on the board, well, I'm still on the board for the Friends of the Library, so donated to the Friends of the Library. Also to Foundations Resource Center, which is a nonprofit organization that helps women, um, uh, primarily pregnant women. So that's a great thing as well. If you did not know, also run a nonprofit organization called Restoring the Breach. So follow that on YouTube as well. We have a few older videos on there, but on social media, but we do a lot of community service through that organization. Our pillars are education, wellness, and outreach. So of course, I'm going to donate to my own nonprofit organization as well. Um, and my biggest one, how could I have a business about tithing and I do not tithe? Like, that's my largest charitable contribution. So this will every year, or currently our church home is Elevation Church in Charlotte, North Carolina with Pastor Stephen Furtick. So I got our this is always like, I'm sorry, this is always the my favorite tax statement to get, because I'm like, oh, I'm so excited about this. I'm so proud about this. Like, it's like I said, I get excited to give. So our tithing statement came in this year, and when I say I'm really get excited about giving, I really get excited about giving. Tithes and offering statement, $17,497 in tithes and offerings. So give. If I can encourage you all to do anything, make sure you are giving. Last giving statement from our alma mater. So we have a sweet little love story. We met in college, and we still give to the college as we are able. So we also have a giving statement from Georgia Southern University. Like I said, that is where I met my love. So I'm always thankful to the university for giving what I generally call my fourth degree, my MRS. So yes, that concludes all of the documents that I have for my tax return this year. If I want to know what you all have and what you all are looking through and preparing for, if you have not filed already. But make sure you do not forget the tax deadline is April 15th. For some of us who were in disaster areas from the previous hurricanes last year, we do have a little bit of extra time, but you still want to make sure you're staying on track as best you can, if you can, right? So thank you again for watching this video. Like I said, please like, share, subscribe, please comment. I want to know what what documents you all are filing this year. So let me know. Let's discuss W-2s, 1099s, what 1098s we talked about, 1098Es, 1098T if you are in school, just the different tax documents that you have. Let's share, let's discuss about the best ways to make sure we're getting the full scope of deductions with these tax returns. But thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time here on The Savvy Steward.